the bank can't stop this. They can't say, oh, you know what, you can only spend $1,000 today, and then they tell me why I can only spend $1,000. Or just last year I had a check that came from Germany. It was for less than $500, but it took me 9 months to be able to cash that because they held it, telling me that it was coming. They had to figure out where it was coming from. Even though I told them where it was coming from, they could see the name on the check. They knew where it was coming from. They had the address of the guy and everything, but they still had to hold it and make sure that it wasn't bad money. What could I possibly have bought with $500 from anybody overseas that was going to do anything bad to me or my friends? Nothing at all.
Day trading on it for 9 months.
That's right. That's right. So all of these things, plus just the way the future is going. We don't use cash anymore. I myself haven't used cash for a long time. I also have had money in the bank for a long time, and it's made not so much money. In 2008, I had all of my investments. I have 2 kids, by the way. I had all my investments put away for them. I had some mutual funds put away. I had some money in some real estate. In 2008, I woke up and half of it was gone. It's 2019 now, and it's taken 11 years for just that one mutual fund just to get back to even. And things like that bothered me a lot. Bitcoin opened my eyes. It opened my eyes. I started reading more about it, started seeing what it was done, seeing that right off the bat, there was a solid number. There was only 21 million Bitcoin ever to be made since the beginning, since it's been developed. There's been lots lost. They're claiming there's probably about 4 million to date that have been lost. So now we're down to 17 million coins that will ever be had. I'm sorry to say, guys, but there's more than 17 million people in the world. There's actually more cities that have more than 17 million people in it than we could possibly imagine. So there's...
How many Satoshis in a Bitcoin?
So it goes right down to 8. There's 8 zeros after the very first one. So there is
10 million.
It's a million. I think it's a millionth for the very last one.
I thought it was
99.
I'm still not quite dealing with Satoshis. We're still kind of in the full, but as it progresses, you know, it's going to be just like we're dealing with cents right now and loonies and toonies and all that. We're going to be dealing with sats and Satoshis. So it'll be, sir, how much for that drink? It'll be 67 sats, 67 Satoshis, and the world will slowly go like that. Right now, there's a country right now. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I wasn't really expecting to talk.
Okay.
Right now, there's a country right now. Because we're having this transfer of wealth. And when I say about transfer of wealth is now that Bitcoin has become something and people are actually realizing that this is not going away and that this is going to be a good place to store value. So I believe the country is Bulgaria. Please excuse me, I may have that wrong. It starts with a B. But they have 200,000 Bitcoin. Those 200,000 Bitcoin, if you calculate it with the cost of what Bitcoin is right now, they are now have a money supply of storage that is now worth more than the amount of gold that the EU has altogether. So we're going to slowly see this transfer of wealth happening, and we already have been. We're allowed to bank the unbanked. So there are homeless people. There are people in third world countries that can't have an address or don't have an address, and they can't get a bank account. They can't get a job, and they can't get paid because they have nowhere to cash a check or nowhere for money to go. Now, we all know it, that there are actually more homeless people with a phone. More people have a phone in this world than they do have
anything else.
Anything else.
Yeah.
And now people like Elon Musk and everything like that, it's going to be more and more and more accessible. He's putting satellites in space right now, and he's trying to have it so that the world has free internet. Once that happens, then we're completely banking the unbanked. Having a phone and no address and nowhere to live still allows you to have a job where you can get paid. You can get paid in Bitcoin right to your phone. You can control all of your finances right on your phone.
Take everybody on a little bit of a journey on cryptosphere here on Twitter and show them like things that you look at and just who you're following and just give everyone an indication of who some important players are so they can just kind of note them and then follow them themselves.
You know what,
click on your following tab there and you'll be able to pick out some of those people on that list and we'll be able to know like who are your peeps that you think we should be noting and stuff?
Right. So there are a lot of people in the space. A lot of people. There are some very big
You just,
players.
on the arrow keys, you can scroll down the page just with the arrow keys.
Arrow keys.
Down the bottom row.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. I'm filming there. You're hitting my arm. What do you need?
So let's pick this guy right here.
I'm filming.
This is so I get most of my information right off of the internet. Just like
Twitter mostly, right?
Just mostly Twitter and YouTube, to be honest. Since I got in, I've been in for 3 years solid. I was a bit before that, but I've been in 3 years completely solid, watching YouTube videos, going to meetings. I was recently in Seattle for the NEO conference there. And I've met a lot of people.
Thanks.
YouTube is very, very good because you have these people that are providing you their own channel with all of their daily information that they've already gathered for you. And now they're giving it to you in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour of content. So there's this fellow here named Crypto Beatles. Now he has a YouTube channel that I would definitely highly recommend. This guy's been in the space for quite some time. He's a developer, but he's also a father and just a very good guy. He has developed the Monarch wallet. So the Monarch wallet is one of the wallets that I use, and the reason why I use it because it allows you to store your stuff off the exchange, and so that it's completely in your custody. So right now,
What kind of coins in the Monarch wallet?
Monarch, he has Bitcoin, he has Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash,
Yep.
and then he also has
Thanks,
his own
Glenn.
token, the Monarch token. It's just a smaller wallet for now, but he's got the main one, Bitcoin and Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and his. But the big reason behind his wallet is to try to get people to have custody of their own cryptocurrency. So using his wallet, you are now able, you have a seed. Well, a seed is either a 12 or a 24 word mnemonic phrase. And in that phrase is all the coding behind your wallet. So it has the private keys in those seeds. So you have that seed with that wallet, plus you also have the private keys. Unlike a ledger, I'm not too sure if you're familiar with a ledger, there's a ledger or a Trezor, which is the cold wallet of choice that most people store their cryptocurrency on. Now, with a Trezor or a ledger, you have the private keys are inside of that tool, and you're only given a seed once you start. Now that seed is your security and all of your funds. You have to take care of that. You cannot lose it.
He's missing a word there, just so you know. A seed phrase is
Seed
what that
phrase?
is. Yeah, and it's a 12-word password. So just another, it's a 12-word password. That's what it really is.
It can also be 24.
Yeah, or 24.
Right.
Yeah.
So in that phrase, that is like all of your information is right in there.
And if your phone goes in the toilet and you still have that 12-word phrase, which you should have locked in your filing cabinet somewhere, you can get a new phone, download the app again, put in those 12 words, and everything lights back up again. Your money's there, you didn't lose it, this kind of thing. Yeah, it's for all wallets and all important things.
Yeah.
Never have a wallet if it doesn't have that kind of a password, right?
Even people that had, like, when they say their laptop is a landfill, their key frames.
Right. That's what it is.
Right.
So would Gemini be considered a wallet though?
It's an exchange.
Gemini is an
It's
exchange.
an exchange.
They have custody of
You
yours.
have funds in there, but it doesn't give you don't get the 12 words.
No, they're not your funds in
That's
there.
right. Any exchange,
I mean,
you're giving them ownership of everything.
Yeah, they're not your funds until you
They're
take them out.
In your favor.
The phrase is by Andreas Antonopoulos. He said it. If it's not your keys, it's not your crypto, right?
Show us another one here, so we don't far too far on the wallets because we can talk about that stuff all night. But show us another guy. So your first one's Crypto Beatles. Who else do you think has got some sauce here? Just hit the back button up there on the browser.
There's just so much momentum.
Yeah, there you go. So who else you got
Okay,
here? That's
so
pretty
this
good.
guy right here, crypto. This is another guy.
I didn't know what that Beatles guy, but I'm gonna follow him.
Ready, Set, Crypto. So this is a father and son combo. They have podcasts. They also have a YouTube channel. These guys are very, very thorough with their news.
What are they talking about mostly? ICOs or a particular topic?
Well, these guys here are talking about all of the new companies coming into it. So it would be ICOs. This year, it's not so much ICOs anymore. Now that ICOs is definitely more of a 2017. So ICO means initial coin offering. So that's how most of these coins started, was by offering an initial coin offering, whether they gave them for free or they sold them for very, very cheap, and then you use the different exchanges to trade them back and forth. Now this year it's called IEO, so it's initial exchange offering. Binance started it, and they're making a killing. So what an initial exchange offering does is it now allows the projects to automatically have an exchange where they can trade on. So the liquidity is there right off the bat. So an investor, if he invests into the project, they know that they're not going to have to hold on to it for too long of a time, because as soon as the initial offering is done, it already has an exchange and a market and liquidity to be able to trade back and forth, and it's become so very, very successful for Binance.
It's way more solid.
Oh, and it's
Yeah.
Yeah. All of them.
That's
It's
right.
also a lot better because if you borrowed a coin and they finally get listed a year after, everyone's going to be dumping, in a sense, trying to get their money back. So you're going to have all this crazy volatility where if it's initially on, you
That's
don't
right.
have to deal with that kind of like bull rush bottleneck selling point at the start.
This guy here, that regular guy, I believe he was actually here.
Yeah, he came to our convention last year. Yeah,
He's
in
a
October.
guy I watch on YouTube. Very talented.
He's really good at masternodes and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
He knows a lot.
As far as like straight up news channels, I use. Sorry, just 1 second. Just trying to find the name of it, guys.
You got time. Don't worry. This is casual. This is relaxed.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Cointelegraph.com.
Yeah, put it up there. Make a new tab up there. That's another really good news source, Cointelegraph.
These guys are great.
Yep.
I love their quality news.
Yep. There you go.
They also have.
You missed the P in there.
Oh,
He.
You had it. It was already there.
That's the real. So it's safe unless something happens to them or their organization, because they're a company. So whatever happens to the company, if they go bankrupt.
these guys here have daily news. So they have people that submit articles to them on daily news. That's all going on. If I was to say you follow anybody, it would be Cointelegraph.
If you want really good quality news,
yeah.
this is the one.
Really good pictures.
Really good. That's right. They definitely have some good pictures. So here's show you a story here about the one I was just telling you guys earlier about Microsoft.
Who's this guy? Cryptocurrency broker client tries to acquire 25% of Bitcoin. Who's this nutcase?
Oh yeah. I just read about that the other day.
I gotta read that later. That's
There you
weird.
go. Here's this is like news that I get every day. So we have people are always saying, oh, nothing's happening with Bitcoin, nothing happening with Bitcoin. All they've seen was it go up, spike up, and then come back down. I'm sorry, but every single stock that there has been in this world has had a spike up and come back down, and maybe even more than once. Bitcoin is not a bubble, because if it's a bubble, it's popped 4 times already. People have said Bitcoin has died probably over 300 times.
Oh yeah.
It's not dead. It's here for the long term. They
don't know what they're talking about, Chris.
It solves a lot of stuff. So right here, we
You
have
see the blockchain
State
test, right?
Farm.
Yeah.
State Farm is getting into it.
This is what we're getting into too, the blockchain for business.
Right, so we have Coinbase here, now supporting cryptocurrency token EOS. EOS is another platform, just like, so there was Neo, there's Cardano, there is Ethereum, and EOS is another platform. So on these platforms, you now have projects building on top of these platforms, and they're choosing the different platforms because of different things that they offer. Perhaps they offer one offers more privacy. Perhaps one offers more speed if you're building perhaps a game on their blockchain. Here we have this year. We have sports teams that are getting into blockchain. We have the U.S. Ivy League university rolling out its own blockchain. We have universities down in the States that are now having blockchain classes. It's not going anywhere.
This is an online course in
That's right.
blockchain and crypto.
That's right.
So they're adding this to the curriculum now at university, which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Right, SAIT. SAIT is the first Canadian institution to hand out diplomas on the Ethereum blockchain. So now what that does is that adds security. So
Hear
once
that, Mike? Where'd you go?
once something goes onto the
Yep.
Ethereum blockchain, it's there for life. It can't be altered. Because once it goes onto the blockchain,
Non-tamperable. That's the whole idea.
it keeps on moving forward. So just like the Bitcoin blockchain, it's a ledger that's an open source ledger, or sorry, no, it's an open ledger that everybody in the world can see. So therefore, if everybody can see it, I can't roll it back to change it because I would have to roll back everybody's computer in here. So it's impossible to do that, and because of that, it makes it a lot more secure. And so now now Ethereum uses smart contracts. So now that's why the Sage has been able to produce your certificate on the blockchain. So now it'll be there forever. It'll be your credentials on there. So now with these blockchain, they're trying to add more and more credentials so that you could rightfully just have a QR code and submit that as your resume. Because all of your identification on there, your license, your driver's license will be on there. Your banking will be on there, of course, with the Ethereum blockchain or Bitcoin, and that's what they're trying to do. So Microsoft right now, they're trying to get it so that they're having your identity attached to the Bitcoin blockchain. Now, the reason why they chose the Bitcoin is because it's been out the longest and it's the most secure, and that's why I choose Bitcoin again.
Nice, nice. Thank you.
Yeah. You know, I could talk forever about it. I love the space. I love everything that it's doing. My son said a couple of things that I would like to say to you guys. He said this to me 2 years ago. He goes, Dad, they have nanny robots. He goes, they also have drones over in Dubai that fly people around as a taxi. He goes, they also over in Europe have machines that you call up and order a pizza, and it's a machine that delivers it. You just have to go out and pay for it. Because these things are not taking paper anymore. Everything is going to be digital. Asia right now, China they're only using 10% cash anymore. All their transactions are done digitally, and this Bitcoin allows it so that we can cross borders with it, and you can be in charge of it yourself. And the government cannot print more so that it goes down in price. Right now, we have places like Venezuela, thank you very much. Venezuela, where the inflation has gone up so much that their money is actually in the ditches. It's on the sides of the street. It's worthless, absolutely worthless. And also, speaking of Venezuela, was it Venezuela or Argentina? I believe it's still Venezuela. That now with Bitcoin, the price it is right now, even if you bought Bitcoin at its peak with the Venezuelan dollar, you are and you held onto your Bitcoin. Your Bitcoin is now worth more than the Venezuelan dollar is.
Mr. Bond.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll bring more information next time we all come here. I welcome you all to the space. It's a great space to be in, and it's here for us.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Here, you want to hold this for me?
Film that?
Yeah, just you film for a second. Next up is Mr. Alan Marston. So he's going to come on up. We've got some handouts. Right? Yep. Let me know what you want me to hand out here. I'll be your nurse. Is a page there too? They're all the same. Okay, everyone gets the same thing. Okay. So this is Inoshi, everybody. So he's going to chat about some stuff, show you guys a couple of websites.
And I'm giving you this because I don't have a lot of time to get through. I used to take an hour to do a presentation. I'm not going to do a presentation. I'm just going to talk to you about what. Give me one of these. Okay?
Yeah,
I'm just going to talk to you about what's on here. I know what's on here by heart. I've presented this all over North America, all over Asia. I've been to Singapore and Korea and a bunch of places. In fact, one of the guys that saw this that absolutely loves it, and I'm trying to get him on my advisory board, you guys in the crypto space should know who he is. His name is Brock Pierce.
Yes.
So he follows me on Twitter. I follow him. I spent 6 hours with him in Singapore. I saw him again for 2 hours in Tokyo. This guy is just, he loves what we're doing. But he wants me to get to 100,000 users. He's then going to lead the VC round, because I did ask him to invest in me in the seed stage. That's not what he does. All his money, by the way, from those of you who you should know, $300,000 is what he invested in the early days of Ethereum through his company called Blockchain Capital, and he made $700 million from that, right? 236,000%, right? And then he went and invested, and by the way, he was a child actor. when he was
Yeah,
17
Brock.
years old, acted in the movie Mighty Ducks, The First
Yes,
Kid,
I
all that
remember
kind of
Mighty
stuff,
Ducks.
right? And
I love that movie. There you cry.
And he then, at 17, got out of the industry
Underdogs.
because he invested in the first company that created, or the first big game that came out, which was World of Warcraft.
Wow.
And then he made his money, went into Ethereum, and then he put some money in the early days of EOS.
Yeah.
So this guy's got a habit of winning, okay?
Love it.
And of course, EOS went and raised $4 billion. So anyway, he saw this, he saw my financials, he went through my marketing, 6 hours with this guy, and I can tell you. So here's what I'm doing with, I am an old guy. I created the very first loyalty reward, data-driven loyalty reward program in Canada
And you know that data
back
is gold.
in 1984. Okay, so that's a long time ago, right? You were not even born. So that was with, and let's see who knows this. This is our first win. Where I'm going to give you some token today. So
Nice.
this is not even a draw. So this is so the first thing I'm going to ask you is which company released, first one of the answer, Club Z?
Zellers.
Very good, he got it. He got it right off my bat. He was
I'll
quick.
give it to him because I can't win.
All right, give it to him.
I'll give it to him.
Come and talk to me.
I'm the host.
Club
I don't
Z.
win anything.
Okay, with Zellers, right? Now, what is it today?
HBC points.
HBC Rewards.
Yeah.
Right? It's HBC Rewards today.
Or is it the Hudson's Bay, right?
And back in
yeah.
and back in those days, the marketplace was no website. We didn't have websites in '84, so it was a catalog you had to go to. And
I remember the catalog,
right?
The Club Z catalog, blenders and all that
That's what I was
stuff.
involved in 1984, and I became very passionate about the industry. But then what started to tick me off?
Real quick, didn't you? $1 was like 1 trillion points or some ridiculous.
Yeah, it was some ridiculous.
What was
thing.
it? Like, it was like
I can't remember now. What
it was
each
a
dollar
weird
was.
number, but it seemed like a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like it had a ton of zeros to it.
And a lot of the rewards today still have that. So one of the things that ticked me off about the industry, and I'm very passionate about the industry until 3 years ago, where I started to see that there were too many reward programs, and the biggest thing that ticked me off, and we got points in all these different places. Look at miles. I got miles on 5 different airlines. One of them can't get me from here to San Francisco where my family is, but combine it, I can go to Europe, but I can't combine it, can't transfer it. It's not immutable, right? So in other words, they can cancel program, like Air Canada just did with Aeroplan. So all of these things started to make me mad. And when something pisses me off, I build something. And I decided to build a reward program on the blockchain so that it was immutable.
Nice.
Okay? And so I created Zenoshi. But now what kind of reward program? I didn't want to create a loyalty reward program. I didn't want to attach it to merchants. Merchants are the ones that are causing the problem, and you and I are the ones that are paying the price. So I don't want to attach it to merchants. I said, how can I do this? Well, I realized there's a lot of data on receipts. What if you could take a picture of a receipt? And it's not just pictures, Chris just said, everything's going digital. Right, so it's not just pictures of receipt.
Snap and
You'll be
push.
able to pull it in for PDF. You'll be able to pull it in
snap and push.
from text, all that kind of stuff. And we're creating an app. You'll see the app right there that we're creating, and your receipts are going to be in a receipt wallet. So if you lose the receipt,
Love it.
go to Best Buy later. Just print it here. Go return your thing at Best Buy. So it's going to be, and we're going to build in the next version. We're building. We already started the next version, even though this one's not out. And that is warranty wallet. Scan the warranty, keep it in the wallet. Right?
Nice.
2 years later, looking for the warranty, can't find it. It's going to be here.
I keep all my receipts where I keep my apples,
Yeah.
and then they get really big, and then I just take the whole pile of them and toss them
And
after.
toss
you know?
them up.
And I do this like a few times a year. And I buy some things. Oh, I better keep that receipt in case.
And it's good that you toss them out because you know what? They're on thermal paper and they wipe themselves out.
They do. They erase themselves. It's the James Bond ink he uses there.
So 7 years, I had a guy tell me I've got 7 years worth of receipts. I said, have you looked in the box?
Yeah.
They're gone.
They're shit.
They're
They're
not-
toilet
not
paper
there
now.
anymore. So here they're there, and this syncs with QuickBooks and FreshBooks and Simply Accounting and all that kind of stuff, right? So if you're a business person, you want to do that, you can do that as well.
It synchronizes?
So, hey, it syncs with
That is amazing. Good job, Alan.
So all of this stuff, and it's coming. We've spent a lot of money on this app. It's coming out. Hopefully June 15th, we're going to have it. We're going to start testing it. We're going to launch it August 1st. So here's the big thing, guys.
Do it.
When you talk about receipt data, one question should be all in your mind. So how the hell are you making money? Because in loyalty rewards, we take 10% from our merchant. We give you half. That's how you make money in loyalty rewards. How are you making money with this? Well, it's the data. And it's not any ordinary data, it's granular data.
Ooh, I like
On a
granular.
receipt, you think about it, you take a picture of a receipt of a superstore, we know what kind of soup you bought, what kind of ketchup, what kind of barbecue sauce. That data, when I was out last year talking in San Francisco, Chicago, New York, Vancouver, Toronto, Singapore, Korea, everywhere I met with advertising agencies, everywhere the advertising agencies said, holy crap, you get this, we're wanting this. This is the kind of data. So when Brock Pierce saw this, you know what he said? You won't last 2 years. You won't last 2 years because somebody's gonna come and acquire you for billions of dollars. So right on top of the second page, I show you, those who control the data control the future. Who controls the data right now? Those are the top 5
I
companies.
say data is gold.
It is. Data's the new oil, guys, right? So when you look at the billions of dollars on the right side of that those companies, 5 companies are worth, right? And they're not collecting this kind of data. The only one that comes close to collecting the kind of data I'm talking about is Amazon. Amazon collects what I call itemized transactional data.
Yep.
But not everybody's shopping at Amazon. You're shopping at Superstore.
And they're using it internally anyway.
They're using it internally.
That's part of their whole AI suite.
Yeah.
Where
But
they know what's
we're going
really
to sell
selling.
it to anybody. Safeway will be able to advertise to Superstore clients. Superstore will be able to advertise to Safeway clients. You can't do that now because Air Miles will not allow somebody who's an exclusive vendor with Superstore to advertise because they've got deals with Sobeys and Safeway, right? So this kind of data is so big. Brock told me that, he said, you know, all of these, this will be bigger than any one of these companies if you get to an IPO stage. They'll never allow that. One of these guys are going to come out and buy you. If Facebook could buy WhatsApp for $19 billion and they only had data and revenue, data and users, you'll have users, data and revenue, what's that going to do? I want to be one of the first VCs in your company, right? And that was in June of last year. I heard from him again in February of this year, and he is still. I'm waiting to hear from him what kind of equity he wants to be on my advisory board. But he'll come in at the VC stage. So that's what we're building here in a nutshell. Now, when I launched the app, here's the problem with launching an app. How do you go out and compete with thousands of apps that are coming? Just like there are lots of coins coming every day, there are also thousands of apps coming in all the time. How do you get 1 million users on the app? So that's where I decided I was going to go out and launch this. This is launching in a couple of days. It's called ZenoshiPremium.com. ZenoshiPremium.com has 350,000 merchants across North America, right? You can, even in Calgary, you got to type in and see what's available. You can buy one, get one free at A&W. You can get 30% off Papa John's. And hotels, the deals on hotels are incredible. So you can get all of that. And it's a membership site. It costs you $1.99 for the first month, and then $4.99 a month after that. So we're talking about coffee and latte money, right? And $4.99 a month after that, or you can get 1 month free if you did 6 months, or you get 2 months free if you do a year. So $49.99 for a year. We're talking to real estate brokerages about giving this away as a freebie to people that bought a house, where people that have coaching businesses, you know, they're paying you $6,000 or $9,000. Give them one of these so that they can earn back that save that $6,000, $9,000 as well. But here's the key thing. I'm going to get, and I know with marketing that I'm going to be doing, and I need to talk to Jen. That's why I was sending you a message, Jen, to talk about the dripware, to talk about Instagram marketing, Facebook marketing, all that kind of stuff, along with the other marketing. I want to get to 1 million users in 1 year. Okay?
That's a good
With a $5 thing, man. I mean, who should not have this, right? You're gonna get savings all month long, all year long. So it's coupon book on steroids, really, right? And it goes with you everywhere. Not just a coupon book you buy in Calgary and you have another one for Edmonton. So Zenoshi Premium, 1 million users, that's $5 million a month coming into the company. Think about that for a bit, right? But here's the key. If I have 100 or 200,000 or 500,000, when the app is out, this is going to plug into the app. I instantly have that many users on the app right from day one. That is what I think is the brilliance of what I'm doing with this and the app, right? So, token, what's the blockchain stuff? Let me get into that. So we created Zenoshi Dividend Token to raise our earlier money. And it was meant to be a security coin. It is a security coin. It's backed by equity in our company. It's going to be dividends. my challenge has been is, and we were talking about this to Daniel, is there's nowhere to launch a dividend token. I hired a company out of United States, Australia. They're one of the biggest companies out there, marketing companies, called the IBC Group. Look them up. They've done 11 IEOs so far. Yes?
Nash.io will be the one that will be able to offer you that.
Okay, good. So they're doing they're going to do an IEO. We signed up with them, and then they said, well, we can't do this though. We can't do your Zenoshi dividend token because it's a security token. That has to be an STO. And right now, STOs are much, much more difficult, legal, there's all that problems with it. So, and I want to make sure that I'm doing everything legal. I've been working with Gowlings, we just switched over to Denton's, and we are staying extremely legal. I've had meetings with the SC as well, so I'm being very careful about what I'm doing here. But, so then we're creating this other token, which was supposed to be just the utility token. It is still staying the utility token. And I've talked to IBC's lawyers, International Blockchain Legal, and the utility token, which was going to be Zenoshi Reward Coin, and it's in our white paper, by the way, on Zenoshi.io, so you can download the white paper. So Zenoshi Reward Coin, the utility token, is what they're doing the IEO with. Okay, so Zenoshi Reward Coin is still going to be, they said the way they classify a utility token, at least in Asia, is that, and we might have to get registered in Malta or Singapore. We've got one of our advisory board members in Singapore as well. And the Zenoshi Reward Coin token, to be a utility token, is just as long as people buy, you could buy the Zenoshi Reward Coin on the exchange, as long as you can also use it in our marketplace. For TVs, toasters, travel, whatever that we're going to have in our marketplace, and you'll see the marketplace here, the second last one here on the app, right? So that's what we're doing. So what I'm doing today is the Zenoshi dividend token. We're keeping it. We hope to be able to do, as soon as security exchanges happen more, we'll have a security token offering on the security exchange. In the meantime, we'll distribute dividends as soon as we start making money. So as I get users on this as well, we'll do dividends on that. Okay. So what I'm doing today, and that's just in a nutshell what we're doing. I don't want to take up all the night. There's other people that have to talk. So what I wanted to do today is give away to, how many people we got in the room, by the way?
16.
16. I said to Daniel, I would give away 1 win for every 5 people in the room. So we'll give away $300 worth of Zenoshi dividend tokens. You're going to get $300 just for answering that question. We're going to give away another 3 for just a draw. And I've got some draw things here that you can fill out. And then we're going to give you, we're going to draw, Jan will draw at the end, and we'll give you $300, whoever wins that. Yes?
Is that an ERC20 token?
It's an ERC20. Thank you for asking that. I meant to tell you that. ERC20 token. By the way, we don't know, and we have to do this very quickly. We need advice. We need to figure out what we're going to build a Zenoshi Reward Coin token on. So we don't know whether to do it on I'm tempted to do it on EOS because it's quick transactions and because of Brock Pierce, right? A little bit of brown nosing.
Nice.
But I don't know whether to do it on that or not. I don't know. ERC20 is too slow for a token that's going to be a reward token that's going to be used within.
I would do it on Neo.
Neo?
Once
Yeah.
we come out with 3.0, it's going to be.
Yeah, and Neo's being used in a reward token, in a loyalty reward token in the Philippines right now. So Neo's being used. The other one that we've been suggesting is Stellar. I don't, again, because of
XLM.
fees, right? There's no fees on EOS and there's no fees on
It's
Stellar.
also distributed ledger, so there's no mining or any of that, but it's a little different. It's calculable.
Yeah.
It's a
So one of the things I wanted to talk was to you, and I'll pay you $99, I'll pay you $2.99, whatever it is, to sit down with you and talk, because I was very impressed with this guy earlier today. So that's what I'm. So I'm not here to present to you to raise any money. That's not why I'm here. This is awareness. I am on a tour across Canada. I am in the United States. I just came back from Utah, where I'm raising some money there. I've raised some money in Edmonton. I've raised some money in Winnipeg. I'm going back to Winnipeg next week. Calgary's been dismal for raising money, but maybe now with a new government, maybe sentiment and confidence has risen, and maybe things will change. But that's what I'm doing. It's just awareness. I want to tell people about Zenoshi Premium, and I want to spread the word, and I want you guys to spread the word. So that's what I'm doing. Now, one person in the room, And we're going to do, as I said, there's going to be yourself and 3 others are going to get $300 each. But one person, we are going to give away $1,500 worth of ZDT. Okay, so
Wow.
we're giving you 5 prizes.
What's the
altogether for
token
tonight.
name? Z what?
So right now we're raising money on this token still at 12 cents.
Okay.
So we're raising $500,000 for 20% equity in the company. So we're giving away equity, and the tokens now we're just giving away as a bonus.
Yep.
We're giving them 10% of it, or 20% or 30% of it as a bonus. I got one person today that said she wanted to do the whole 500,000, but she's waiting. She needs 21 days. Now I already raised 50,000 of it, but she wants to wait 21 days, and she'll have the money from you. So we'll see whether that comes through. I don't like people making promises and then they never come through, so I'm always looking, right? So, but the tokens are selling today at 12 cents, right? That's what we're raising the money in. So
Nice.
that's it. Any quick questions, and then we'll turn it over.
No, hand out those pamphlets and or those little slips and let everyone
Yeah.
enter.
Okay.
What's
Good.
the criteria to win though? What are you going to give us some trivia or what?
You know what? I don't have any trivia. If you wanted to do that, or we just draw from a hat. I don't know. So
Oh, I feel lucky.
just pass it down. one for each person, kind of thing. So.
Going to wear my dirty mattress on that?
There we go.
Do you want to give a couple to you guys?
Yeah. No pen.
Thank you for listening, by the way. And by the way, I just want to say a couple of things. I want to say, first of all, thank you to Jan for the opportunity. This is really fantastic. And kudos to all of you. Because you know how many people I invited today, but you know what their excuse was? They wanted to watch a bunch of millionaires bouncing a ball, right? And you guys here are here to try and become millionaires on your own, right?
You bet.
And not watch a bunch of millionaires bouncing the ball. So thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thanks too.
Chance
Thanks.
special.
Yeah.
Hey.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job, Alan. I love your brochure, and I love all the everything you kind of laid out in here. It's really well organized. It's professional. Just want you to know that we've seen a lot of people come through in 88 weeks, and half of it hasn't been anywhere near this. So good job. Good job
Thank you.
again. Yeah.
Thank you.
Brock
Thank you, George.
Pierce.
Yeah, Brock Pierce is amazing too. That's for sure. All right. What's next? Who's next? What do we got? Who's next on the chopping block? You guys? Daniel, were you going to talk about anything? Do we get a new guest here? Hi. How are you? Did you just sneak in?
Oh, yes, I did.
Nice. What's your name?
Eric.
Erica. Thanks for coming. I'm Jan. One more thing. You had the Zenoshi local here. Did you want to show anything about that? What was that?
Program. Thank you. So that's a beta program we've been running in town. We just wanted to prove out that people would take pictures and receipts. We've got about 45 merchants on this. So if you go to zenoshilocal.com and click merchant categories, Waves Coffee in the Northeast is on there. So if you just go to entertainment or services, you'll see some of the merchants down there at the bottom, right? So you can see some of the companies. Waves Coffee is there. We got Nina's Kitchen on 17th Avenue is one of the restaurants.
Yeah, no, it's our friends.
So people that go there, take a picture receipt, they're paying us up to 10%. We give about almost half of that back to our members in Zenoshi's. Now Zenoshi's not ready yet, so we give them back in cash. Yeah.
That's awesome. You give
But
it
we
back.
only do that with local merchants. No big merchants
So
allowed.
support your local merchants, everybody. That's zenoshi.io, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Or was that zenoshilocal.com?
ZenoshiLocal.com will get you here, but Zenoshi.io if you want the white paper and all that is all there.
So there you go again. So he comes out tonight. He's going to give out some of the Ethereum coins again and tokens to you guys. And that's what I was saying before this. Many companies like his and all these other brands, they're out here to promote it and share. And I find that that's something very special to crypto space. Like, I don't know, like other companies don't come out. Honda just doesn't show up and start handing out Honda bucks just because they're Honda and stuff like this. You know what I mean? Like, this doesn't happen, right? So there's something weird and special about this, about the crypto blockchain space, where it's very rewarding and giving and sharing and caring. Hey, have you noticed that? There's just so much going on. All right. Who else? Neil? Yeah. Yeah, you want to go? Come on up. We're going to bring Neil up now. He's going to talk about Cloud Token. And Kyle, did you want to do anything today? Did you have something to talk about?
No, I'll pass.
Okay. What did you send it to? What email?
I didn't put it in.
Jan Brandworks? Yeah?
And just so you know, if I don't have your email address on here, nothing happens. Right? Win.
Gonna pull up a little vid.
So whoever wrote this, Kevin?
Is there a question answer on that thing?
Yeah, on Kevin, KYC.
Let's load this one and see if you did. I don't think you sent to Brandworks. Oh, there it is. So the apps, that one?
Just pray that one. It's still like 10 to 30 seconds. I just got it about there you go.
This 4-minute one?
It's a good intro. It's a really great.
So what if, instead of paying... In China, people use mobile services owned by Alibaba and Tencent to do almost everything. They chat, shop, send money to each other, and even make purchases in physical stores. And the country is becoming cashless. So here's the scary thing for American finance executives. The banks never get a cut. In fact, many Chinese don't even have bank accounts. China is among the growing number of countries showing that payments can happen cheaply and easily without banks or credit cards. In contrast, U.S. consumers still rely on banks for most of their purchases. Even mobile payments made through apps like Apple Pay, Uber, or Venmo are tied to users' cards or bank accounts. That all adds up to a feast of fees for many of the companies that handle and process payments. For a typical $100 credit card purchase in the U.S., $97.25 goes to the merchant, and the rest is split between issuing banks, payment processors, the merchant's bank, and card networks. Those small slices add up to billions of dollars for banks every year. If apps were to grab market share in the US at roughly the same rate as they have in China, banks would lose a projected $43 billion in revenue from one of their most profitable businesses. And that's not the end of it. Banks also generate revenue by dispensing cash and administering checking accounts. If payment apps were to replace paper money and offer alternatives to regular bank accounts, as they increasingly have in China, other sources of income could take a hit. Checking accounts alone generate $3 billion in bank fees in the US. Whether or not you have access to a bank, being able to make and receive payments through your phone is an obvious advantage, as Alipay and WeChat Pay have demonstrated in China.
That's it? Well, that's fast. It didn't seem like 5 minutes at all. How long was that?
4.
So if you, is that exciting or what?
2 minutes and 12 seconds.
Do you guys want a copy of that?
Yes.
Yes, you do. So Jan will send you a copy of that, because that's the teaser.
Cryptocurrency, a global
He's got all your emails,
phenomenon.
he'll send you that.
However, many find their profits can be diminished.
Okay, I'm playing another one for him. The Mio. This one. Go ahead, talk.
Okay, so, all right. So for those guys who don't know me, I've been here a few times, seen some familiar faces. So I just started taking a few notes.
It says this video is private, Neil.
Yeah, well, you have to put,
What? What's the password?
it's cloud token. So that's the full webinar, but we're not going to send that out now.
No.
We make sure you guys get that first 2-minute video, because that's going to monetize everything you know. Okay?
Reshare my screen.
Okay, so this will be something later you can watch. You really need to watch that because that's a must. So
Pause it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so again, my name's Neil Irwin. I was born in Edmonton, moved to BC for 20 years, came back here 6 years ago. The last 4 years, I sold about 30 million in real estate, and all just in Lacombe and Black Falls and crap. When all the realtors and developers are going bankrupt, and the huge one, Lagon Homes, they own quarter sections of land all around Legier and that, they're just upside down. They're not digging holes. Calgary is probably, you guys, the best real estate buying opportunity, bar none, you have ever seen in your freaking lifetime. 60 years. Any realtor here? Any? Wow, yeah, look what they're doing in here.
We came to this room tonight. We all know each other.
So get their car, foreclosure city. Okay, so my specialty is I'm a trainer of alphas. You know what that is? I'm an alpha. Who's the alpha? This guy's an alpha.
He's an alpha.
And what I do is I kick them out of the nest and then just see if they hit the dirt. And if they hit the dirt, they're a duck. Run evil. So if I offend anybody, I'm not going to apologize because I can be offensive. And if I'm offensive, it means that you're offendable. Get over it. So who's an employee? Stand up if you're an employee. Please. Oh my God, this is incredible. How rare is that? Jan has got a bunch of renegade entrepreneurs in the room. Nobody has a job here. Wow. That is the first time ever. Jan, give yourself a hand. Come on, you guys, give yourself a hand. Honestly, please. This is awesome. Now I can play in the same flavor. Self-employed. How many here are self-employed?
I bought you a tequila shot.
You stand up to the self-employed.
Thanks, bro.
Well, stand up for yourself, guys. Come on. Great, great, great. Now,
Hey, what's up, Wanda?
if you know the definition of this, keep standing. If you own a business, if you don't own a business, sit down. Oh, wow, now we're really getting to the hierarchy stuff, the highest one, right? So what?
Cheers, brother.
If you guys own a business, tell me what the definition of the business is. And if you got it wrong, you get to sit down. So what's the definition? No, I want to
Enjoy. Yes. Thanks. Jay's here.
He's got a business. I already know that. So what about you? What's your gig?
Rock it out, my friend.
Business development, dude.
Yeah.
See those guys over there?
You keep standing.
There's Jay.
What's your business?
Consulting, right? So
He's got a business.
Real estate.
You're self-employed realtor broker.
Yeah.
If you don't wake
Yeah.
up tomorrow, do you still make money?
If I don't wake up tomorrow, yeah, I still do.
Still making money? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, you get the point. You guys sit down. So what's the definition of a business? Who wants to answer the question?
What's what?
Definition of a business.
Make money while you're fishing.
Making money.
Capitalism in making cash flow.
If you leave town and your business makes more money than you actually.
Then when you're
Then
there.
when you're there, it is a great sign.
Is your grow? That's what I'm here for. Because next week we are going to need a bigger room.
You know it.
I know how many here brought somebody with them. Good. They're gonna get the most benefit. This person they brought is, your wish and your wife is here, your partner is here. Okay, you get the point. Business owner is making money when you're somewhere else. You went to Mexico and investment. Okay, so how many here own Bitcoin? All right, remember I asked that 2 weeks ago, and there was 3 people. Did you get better this time?
Oh yeah.
Okay, is everybody getting
Way more
Bitcoin
people have
from
Bitcoin
Jan?
now.
Okay. Now, what stops people from getting involved?
We have Bitcoin.
Is what? Lack of irrigation.
They don't know enough.
Right. What else?
Fear.
Fear. What does fear stand for?
False.
Evidence of appearing real.
Fuck everything you want. That's Tony Robbins' joke. Very close.
I like that. Fuck everything and run. I knew you were gonna say something like that. Fear is fuck everything and run.
Okay, so fear is false evidence
Yeah, it is.
appearing real.
Oh, that's good too. False evidence appearing real.
Okay, now when he
I like
comes
that.
in here and you guys go boom, because he's saying something, the next sentence he's saying, you're processing what he said. He's going a mile a minute. Did you understand? Did you just recite what he did? I don't know, but I just wanted that thing, whatever it is. I had an accountant that-
The brochure.
Yeah, I went to 3 accounts last 4 years. Boy, would I need that. Okay. Evidence. What is the evidence? Have you ever been to Australia? Have you been to Australia? Okay.
Only chance.
So who's not been to Australia?
Me.
Is there? So right. So who? How do you know there's Australia? Such things Australia. It's on the map. What else?
It was told to us that it's there.
Right.
Educated.
Okay. So we got lied
Shown.
to. How many here believe in Santa Claus? That I grew up and then they lied to us. Okay. They all lied to you because you need how much? You need evidence to believe in something. Okay. So in my first conversation with anybody that ever sees your face for the rest of your life is this: what do you know about Bitcoin? Write it down. Write that question down. Facts tell, stories sell. You need to tell your story about your experience with cryptocurrency. You did an amazing job. Oh my God. So, what do you know about Bitcoin? Blah, blah, blah. And then you say, so, what's the other one? Is, you know, like, what's in your wallet? That's gonna be the new thing, right? Do you have a wallet? Remember that 2 weeks ago?
What's in your wallet?
You guys, how many have a wallet on their phone? Okay. Okay, so tell us your wallet. What's your wallet? What's your wallet name? I got Mycelium, I got BitPay, I got a bunch of them that I don't even use. I got another one called Cloud Token Wallet. Okay, you haven't heard of that one, that's what we're gonna talk about. So, now, if you are actually, if I can try, I'm a conceptual philosopher too. So if you never saw me ever again after today, at least you had some traction to make some money right away, starting tomorrow at 9 in the morning. Okay, financial planning, 32 years. I was in retail for 20 years, and 15 years doing wholesale. What's wholesale? Foreclosures. Okay, I bought a $600,000 townhome in Sylvan Lake by the beach yesterday for $350,000. $1,000 bucks, that's it. And I'll make $2,000 a week, maybe more. July and August. Anybody want to stay at my chalet?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yeah. We do a cryptocurrency meetup group there.
At the lake, that'd be nice.
And by the way, we also have a theater. A guy was supposed to be here and just invited his burning. Like, who said you invited people, didn't come? 2 people supposed to come, didn't come.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. You're the winners. You guys win. So, from my previous practice of financial planning, there's stuff that I can just give you that will really help you, because it's like passing the baton. I started a little ragtag sales group in 1987, right around Black Monday, when the computers connected to the stock market, and that's why Black Monday collapsed. It was a huge correction. The market went down like 40% in 1 hour. You remember Black Monday? That's when I got into
Gillespie's watching.
The next 4 months, or sorry, 8 months, the market went up like, it went down 40% in an hour and went up, I don't know, 60% in the next 8 months. So that, do you remember, where were you in when 9/11 happened, when the planes hit the building? You remember that? You remember stuff, right? Where were you in the dress rehearsal of the economic genocide of 2008, when the S&L collapsed the world economy? And the domino effect was the financial, what do you call it? Which caused Bitcoin, by the way, yes or no? It was
Bitcoin was birthed in that 2008 bubble, right?
So, what I'm saying is, I'm telling you, some of you already know, if you have these stories, to tell stories about the reality, because we need to wake people up right now. There's only less than 0.5% of the people out there that actually know Bitcoin, and they've heard of it, but you got to teach them what the hell's going on, right? So when there's an elephant in the room, they're going, what the frick? Like 2 years from now, they say, well, that's Bitcoin. Where'd that come from? $4 trillion. That's my estimate. In 3 years from now, it'll be $4 trillion in coin market cap. It'll be a lot less, right? More, rather. Maybe 10 trillion.
It should be more than that.
But if there's 10% of the world's money on cryptocurrency, just figure that out. The last 2 weeks.
It's not anywhere near that yet.
It's going to get there. So what I'm saying is, we're like the experts of the world in this space, right? If you just get in there one night, you're already an expert.
May I ask that for one second?
Yeah.
If we take the amount of money that is in gold right now, and that's what Bitcoin will eventually do. It'll take such a great store of value like that. But if we take that $7 trillion and we had a market cap of $7 trillion in Bitcoin, each Bitcoin would be worth $333,000.
Exactly. 333?
Just in 2017, we were almost at $1 trillion. So we were already 1/7 of the way there. By the time we will be there. Give this 5-10 years and it will be there.
Do you think people have just a problem understanding even the currency we use today, let alone learning a whole other currency?
100%.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah,
I think people still don't understand Windows.
They
They don't know how to back up their iPhone.
Money makes money, let
Yeah.
alone making money on something
All the
that's
software,
not
all
money.
these files, everything flying. I think it's overwhelming.
So what you
Overall.
do is you have to overcome the fear. People have fear. Fear of what? What is the number one fear of mankind right now? Everybody that's ever been born in life. It's the fear of what?
Not keeping up.
Not having any money and dying and starving. Yes?
Not keeping up.
That's actually a higher fear than the fear
It's sad, actually.
of dying. But the second fear is the fear of like losing. It's like a knife in the front and a knife in the back, right? And it's kind of sort of like a fear of rejection, fear of failure, but you have to fail before you succeed. You have to. There's no substitute. You have to fail to succeed. Everybody, how many here have not failed? I'm just getting ready. So think about a golf course. Okay, so you guys, anybody golf?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So now, what is your par? What's par for the golf course?
72.
Great. I'll show you my golf swing. I was a caddy wherever I worked in. Oh, I hate that. I don't have the Irish temper. I'm very short. So, protection, accumulation, retirement. Par. So what are you doing to protect your assets? Okay. What are you doing to accumulate assets? Because you need to figure this out. If you don't figure this out, in 2 years from now, it's already, that's what John's doing. It's 80th week now, 90th week coming up, right? So he's here to educate you guys. What is he doing? Everybody here has got all their little evidence stories. Tell your evidences, what you know about it. That's what builds the faith and the confidence to do something, right?
What was the R for again?
Protection, accumulation, and retirement, which has actually been erased from the dictionary.
PAR.
They added Googling to that one. So here's Jan on the golf course. So he's what I call at the tee box. What do you get on a tee box when you get your golf club out? I just said it was a club. He's the frickin' pro. I'm watching this guy. I don't want to miss a meeting ever. I'll drive 2 hours to see this guy drive 2 hours back.
Trust me right here.
I live in Lacombe. Okay, so it's worth the knowledge, right?
Yep.
To not lose, right? So he's a pro, and then he nails that ball way into the fairway, and he goes, "Holy crap, that was incredible!" Okay, but then there's the tailwind that takes his ball and throws it in the frickin' bush, right? You get predators in the room, right? So we record stuff. Everybody here with Revenue Canada, everybody here with Securities Commission, bring them on in. We'll recruit them too.
Bring them on board.
And so when we do these conventions, right? So that was amazing. How long was at his convention in September and in January?
How long was there too?
You cannot miss that. That was incredible. Academy Award
Chris
winning.
came there, yeah.
He did like amazing presentation. The first 30 minutes. It was like, crap, was that ever great? He's
Thanks.
got this podcast thing going on. You could go backwards and we don't have time. But
Listen, it's kind of neat to listen back to see the values of the currencies and stuff that we
So
talked about
then-
way back when. It is kind of neat.
I bet.
It's already like that, you know. Like it's come a long way. 88 weeks.
So if I'm his caddy, I don't know frick all about it. He just says, give me the driver now, the 9 driver. So I'm going to hit that ball. You drive for distance and direction. You get that ball, and you're going to hit the ball onto the fairway or to the green. He just told me to give him the 9 iron. Okay, I'm watching him. I'm mentoring. I'm shadowing him. He's my mentor. So that's the caddy. So who's the caddy here? There's a caddy over there. Daniel's a caddy, big time. There's another caddy over there.
Mike Love.
Right there. He does really cool stuff, and he's an expert in 4 or 5 years of cannabis stuff. He's a caddy. He knows how to do the whole operation from start to finish.
Yeah.
You want to make $3 million a year? Go talk to that guy. Okay. There's no such thing as competition. Okay. It doesn't exist. Everybody's unique, individual, and you have a talent and a skill that you could tell the world about. Right? What's your talent? I'm an encourager. So I promote and encourage people. Right? So then there's the putter, right? You get to the green and you're putting. So you shoot for distance and direction, drop, and then you putt for dough, right? So now you need this guy at the green to make sure you don't frickin' miss the ball. And then you don't miss the hole, right? You need a putter. He's a putter. He's a technician, technocrat, right? All the details. Where's that other guy? Where's that? The blockchain guy. The guy that
Mikey left, right?
spend time with these guys, have lunch with them, get to know them, right?
Yeah.
So, disruptors, what are the disruptors? Like take you from the known to the unknown. Everybody heard of Google? Duh. Like 10, 20 years ago, what was Google? Now there's a word in the dictionary called Googling. Okay? Take them from the known to the unknown. You know what? Google's big, right? Have you ever heard of Dropbox? 500 million users, still losing money. So Google buys them. What would they buy them for?
For the users.
Let me answer the question. Data. How do they evaluate Facebook? How many are using Facebook right now? I got 7 pages. It's like a free platform, right? It's incredible. How many cell phones out there? 9 billion cell phones, and there's not even that many people in the world, right? What did you do with your old cell phone?
threw it in the basket with the rest of them?
You can donate that and get a tax deduction. I'm a tax guy. Actually, over $50 million of tax refunds for my clients, right? Hey, can we shut those doors? You're just doing that to get cheap. Yeah, it's too loud. So does this make sense to you? Now you know evidences of companies that exist today, these dinosaurs that are gone, which are the Zellers and the Blockbuster videos, and now there's Netflix. They've been disrupted by the disruptors. Are we the disruptors now? We are going to be disruptors. Have you ever heard the 4 stages of grief? What are they? Shock. Oh, sheesh. That's the first stage. And then anger. Right? And then acceptance. Right? So you got to go through those stages of grief. The banks are going, oh shit, right now. And now Fidelity's going, oh, we got cryptocurrency too. But Jamie Dimon a year ago said Bitcoin's a fraud, and then they say, so there's this fake news going on right now. So if you don't know about something, it's twice as easy to bitch about the dark than light a candle. So you're just gonna, that sounds like a scam. Another one of those things, right? Well, it sounds too good to be true. Okay, watch this. Who Zuckerberg got this idea from? The guys from the Winklevoss boys? What did they do with their money, that $200 million they got?
Invested in Bitcoin.
What are they worth now? Evidence is an evidence. Just bury people with evidence. Come on, are you getting it yet?
And now Facebook's trying to work with them after you screwed them.
Yeah.
After you screwed the Winklevoss, now he's
So
trying to work with them.
the only thing you have the right to do is tell people your experience of what you're knowing, and that you're already authentically honest. So you don't have to have a good memory, just tell the truth, what you know about stuff, and they'll be curious. Just make people curious. Does that make sense? Because you'll never be like anybody else in this room, just your own unique experience, right? So I specialize in tax. I just love it, right? Because you have here, everything's taxed. Everything. Tax you when you make money, tax you when you spend it, tax you when you make a capital gain, they tax you when you sell it, and then when you kick the bucket, they tax you 70, 80% of your whatever you got is taxed. So let's really focus on the main thing. Okay, so you have this little bucket here is taxed now, which is your income. Over here you have your tax, which is taxed later, which is those really rotten savings funds. You heard of that? There's $1 trillion in RSPs. Trillion. And there's another $3 trillion in mutual funds. Mutual funds, like that stuff that doesn't make money, that you can't retire on. Ask me how I know. I sold 50 million of that crap. That's called retail. And then I suck it all and put in income properties, right? I've collected over 3.7 million in rent since 2003. If you want to know how I do it, I'm a ninja room renter. I rent rooms, okay? So then you have tax now, tax lower. What's lower? They're going to tax you later on the RSP, and your money's stuck in this stupid RSP thing, and you're trying to get it out. It's called a lira.
Lift, riff, or annuity.
We can get at that. Just saying, it's not cashable, but it's portable. Okay, I love this stuff because now we're talking about $100,000 amounts. They can buy real estate with that, right? So tax later, tax now, tax later, tax lower. What's tax lower? Revenue properties. If you could buy a property right now for like just your credit worthiness, no money down, take over the payments. These guys sell it for you, make 20 grand. What would you do with that money? Take 2 grand, put it with that guy over there. I'm not asking you, like, put $100 in 5 things, right? Does that make sense? So tax never, what's tax never? Tax now, tax later, tax lower, tax never, where is that?
Bitcoin.
TSFA, you ever heard of that? Okay, I have a microloan business. I have a beautiful Filipino lady. I met her 4 years ago, 2015, December 6th. I just fell in love at first sight. And the next day I started, what do you do? She goes, I do microloans. What is that? $1,000 to $5,000 loans. I said, so what do they charge? It's 2.5% a month. We're going to do the math on that. It'll go real fast on you. So when you calculate the return that we have on our $2.5 million, it works out to about 40% a year after expenses. It's cash on cash, right? So we've got a cash cow. So that's taxable though. So we figured a way to make it tax free. So people can put, let's say, 10 grand in a TSFA. So we pay our investors 10%. At the end of the, yeah. So I'm going to pay you 10. Some pay over that's 14. What would you do that extra? Say if you had 10,000 in TSA, you're getting $1,000 $100 a month on, I just tell them to put in cryptocurrency. Come to our meetups. Go to the next convention. Take 2-3% of your net worth and study this stuff. Because if you have 10 companies, take some advice from him and him and him. I don't know. I don't just Litecoin, Bitcoin, or whatever. That's all we did. So I've already made. See, so think about this. I make more money with my mind than my body. Okay? I can make more money by thinking about something and tell somebody about it, and you guys, you're going to tell somebody about it.
How would you make money with your body? I was just thinking about the picture.
What I'm saying is the labor, like somebody, if you're driving a truck.
Okay, no, you're not.
We're all minds in the gutter here.
So are you renting out your body for time? Are you a time
You're right,
wage?
Darcy. There's some weirdos that come out on Thursday nights, buddy. You're right.
So you get the point, right? So you guys all are co-creators of your life. You think, and then you think about the list of the people you're going to call tomorrow. You make 10 calls, get an appointment, you sell a house, you make $5 grand. Yes or yes? At the end of the day, right?
You got to fast forward now.
So anyway, they can watch the
We got to
video.
get to the point with what we're getting to.
Okay.
We're here. We're up on the screen.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
everybody, what Neil's getting to is I'm going to sum it up even more.
But let me finish.
I'm not
I'm
gonna,
almost
you're
done.
going to finish. You're not going to finish. You're going to finish. Is he's trying to tell you that there's mechanisms out there, right? And he's looked at a lot of his rudimentary ways, and he's found ways to actually take his old school fashion into the new crypto fashion, right?
Right.
So get to your final
Get
point.
to the nut.
Yeah.
Okay, so again, stories sell, facts tell. You got to get. I'm just trying to train you guys on how to move money, big dollars. That's what I do. I move money.
Well, they need big dollars.
About
first.
400 million in the last 20 years. I don't know about you, but if you want to know how to do that, this is how I'm doing it.
Yep.
I disrupt your mindset to like, oh, I'm uncomfortable with this stupid, ridiculous return I'm making on whatever I've got. It's got to
real
move.
estate.
Money hurts. Money moves when it hurts, right? So you got to get good at this. So it started. I bought Bitcoin at 3,000 2017. A friend said to me, "What do you got any Bitcoin?" I said, "Yeah, I kind of hear about it, but it went from 3,000 September 1st, 2017 to 20. I rode that wave. I made 45 grand, but not on Bitcoin by telling everybody about it. And the next one, I had a guy, got him into business, 80 years old. He made 200 grand, 275 in about 4 months. That was a good start, right?
Yep.
And we found kind of like the elixir, which is who's making all the money, because Bitcoin went up and it collapsed, which is who's made all the money? The guys that they're selling the picks and shovels to the gold rush, which are the exchanges. They're making like how much did Binance make, right? So if you get a wallet, we have a wallet called, not we, I'm saying I joined this thing, V joined it too. That's kind of the good credibility evidence too. He told me he just signed up. I've been in it for three weeks. Go to your website when you go home tonight, from your phone, cloud token wallet, get it on your phone, but honestly, you need to do it face-to-face with somebody, because if you have an iPhone, it does the little security thing where you have to trust the app and blah, blah, blah. So if you're curious about it, the best thing you do is watch the webinar, because those are the experts. This guy's a freaking expert. He knows what he's talking about, right?
Let me
I
jump in here.
couldn't go
Let me
like
jump
that.
in a little bit for
So
you.
go.
So what we have here is a income producing website, okay? And it runs on what we call a multi-level marketing theme. So some of you in the room will think MLM is okay, others will not. So again, no one's forcing anyone to anything. If you like that stuff, Alan likes it, you like it, I don't mind it, then this is what this is about.
Can I correct you on that?
Nope. And so what you do is you put money in, and then you get money out the other end, okay? And if enough people participate, like you've heard before, whether it's isogenics or whatever else, dividends go up, returns go up, commissions go up. There's lots of words for it. We'll just call it commissions, okay? There's commissions in everything. So you're getting paid in the cloud token commissions. So again, some people like that. And more to that, like Neil knows, if you build up enough people with you and your referral code, your commissions kind of come in for free, right? So you start to build equity and dividends and commissions for free. What are you doing to all your neighbors? Why did Alan sign up and all that stuff? Why does he like that? I know why, because he doesn't have a lot of time to go chase trading. He has no fucking time for that. Really, he's trying to sell his company and do all this other stuff all day. You have zero time for trading, but you would love to. I know you would, right? You would love to take 10 grand and go make money with it. I know it. So he has zero time for that. He's also, you heard about all his work today. He's traveling and all that. So this mechanism that exists out here is something that works, okay? But what Daniel and I have found in the past that Neil hasn't, because Neil has been doing real estate as you're trying to, you know, turn his thing about making income, is that in the crypto space, there's some of the stuff that's based off a model. So we've seen the cloud token model before. BitConnect and other companies were using this exact same model, similar. They work. And there's a replication of it. It's like a new fashion, a new face, a new front, a new thing. They work. They make everyone money. If everyone in this room right now literally signed up under me or Neil or whatever the bullshit is, and then we went and told 2 friends like they tell you, we'd all make some money. How much? I don't know. They've got some, you know, spreadsheets here to show us and all that sort of stuff. Some people like that. And in the crypto, they make it easy on you because they give you crypto tokens, you know, internally. Like he's even got with Zenoshi. So it's a lot easier of a heavy lifting kind of thing where it's very light. It's light on people. It's light on everybody. You can have coffee with Kevin and sign him up on Cloud Token, and you know, next week you made $40 or something to this effect. You know, these ideas, 330, whatever it is.
Can I add to this?
Add.
Okay, so what it is, he's giving you a lot of detail, but I'm going to give you a lot more precise detail. How many here have a Bitcoin or whatever, any kind of cryptocurrency, but it's sitting in a wallet, and you're just getting whatever the return of
you're getting the market rewards.
What these
you're not
guys
making
do
an
is
extra
pay
profit.
you between 6 and 10% a month in tokens.
It's right behind you. Yep, I'm pulling it up for them too.
Right.
So we'll talk as you talk to.
So
monthly profits 6 to 12%. Minimum investment $500. Okay. There is a risk with this. There's a slide that says there's a big risk with this. I want you all to hear that too. Okay. You can't fuck anybody's mindset about any of this stuff. There is a risk with this. This stuff is risky. So this business is here today. It could be gone tomorrow. This kind of thing. You have to think like that, basically.
So you got to find the evidence who's behind it, who their track record.
And the reason I say that is, you just like Jay said earlier, you got to bet wisely. So you know what you can afford, what's not going to knock you out, stuff like that. But does the mechanism work? You bet it does. And does the mechanism pay back? Yes, it does. But how long and how long for and stuff like that, we'll never know. Go ahead, Chris.
What these guys are talking about is brilliant. The next session that we come here, I would like to come again.
Good.
There's actually a couple of cryptocurrencies that I deal with that actually give you money in return. So
now the rewards.
Ontology is one that's
ontology. That's right.
And the American attitude is like the Canadian attitude is who's done it before. American is that let's just do it. But there's a previous company that started a year and a half ago. It was called Plus Token. Study that, and it started at 40 cents, and the token started 40 cents, and it went to it's almost like $90 now in a year. So that's where you want to capture the wave. And he's talking about higher returns than that. But there's 3 million in that audience. There's about 200,000 in this little Plus token now, and who knows, it'll be like 1 million in no time. But they work on a tripod situation where you have what do you call it? Binary trading. You guys know what that is?
Yes and no.
Explain what binary trading is. So these guys who don't know what it is, what is it?
It's similar the same way that this whole backend works, where it's all numerically tree-based, pyramid-based kind of thing.
No, binary trading. Like it's very similar to like what's called arbitrage.
Yeah, okay.
But binary trading. But what you also have is a like the arbitrage. Okay, so arbitrage and binary trade. They use these two trading mechanisms. And the other one is...
So arbitrage is where the coin is worth so much here and less there, and there's a spread between that, and you can go and create an arbitrage move where you buy and sell at a different rate and you make that spread, basically.
The binary trading is
do they have software on this?
Before they make a trade, they already made money on the difference, right?
Gotcha.
So, so the trading robot, Jarvis, does 2,000 transactions a second. And you're going, what? And they have this all live. You can see all the trades going on as they're doing them.
Inside Cloud Tokens company?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're using AI to arbitrage the market. So that's
So
what
they
it's
pay you like
So there's exchanges obviously all around the world, and what they do is the software will look at all the exchanges and how much Bitcoin is worth, and then it'll look at where it's higher and lower, and will buy and sell according to that, and make spread, and it'll make that arbitrage spread. So it's pretty cool. There is a small margin of that exists out there. There really
so
is.
it went, last I talked to you guys, it was at 32 cents, and it's been 2 weeks now. It's at almost 40 cents in the last. How much is that? It's 20% in the last 2 weeks. So
yeah, Bitcoin itself.
I tease you with that, so I'll be done with it because you can watch the webinar later. So.
Yeah, I'll send you guys the email on the webinar if anyone's interested in this too.
So take a picture of this, you guys. I'll just pass this around.
Pass these around.
And this is
that's our
Janspeed's rep code. Take a picture of that with your phone, pass it on, make sure everybody got it. Which is the step process is you go to the internet on your phone.
I'll help anyone that wants to go on.
cloudtokenwallet.com, and then you upload it's asked for a referral code. You got your referral code there for Jan. I 100% support this guy big time. If I hear about stuff, I say, hey, if I want to present to your group.
And I want to say this too, there's waves of trends. So this is a trendy thing right now. It's a wave coming through.
Yeah.
Neil's in it, Alan's driving. This will come again, okay? We have different waves of such, right? You've seen it?
Well, they had
And this
another
is the
one
latest
just like
wave.
it, right?
Yeah.
It was called Plus Token.
That's it. That's what
Way
we're
up.
talking about.
It was huge.
We said $90.
And a lot of these things are spawned from Asia, so they have a lot of backing already, and they have a lot of participation already. So we kind of get to be a little bit of like gravy on the top.
So on my what I did is I took my wallet. So I if you guys want to, you need to do this. Okay, everybody has a wallet. Should laminate their seeds. We talk about seeds. Those are the 12 seed words. I sold my phone. I traded it in. I traded my phone in, and
Can I say something here? Just hold on a second. Okay.
yeah.
These, like this book here,
Yeah.
if I take this,
That's
anyone
right.
gets this, they get your whole account.
That's right.
This is probably not a good idea.
I brought it for this group.
Okay.
Just to illustrate a point.
But we have safes on sale. You can keep it in a safe.
That's the guy right
That's
there.
right done, right?
No, but this is taped to your book here.
I get that.
Okay.
I did it so it
This is
fall out.
dangerous for you.
Yeah.
So you want to take this and put this in the safe that he sells right there.
Great. Thank
Okay,
you.
good.
Thank
Just
you.
making sure you know that.
Yes, I do.
Because that's fucking volatile right there.
I get that.
Okay, good. That's volatile when you
So you got it.
400 million? Wrap it
So
up.
that's
outside.
But the story was that I got a new phone and I had my seeds in my safe. Went to my seed and I reignited my seed and wallet on my cell phone. And I got all my money showed up like within like less than an hour.
Can you pick some of these so that we can
So you guys
do a
have-
draw here?
Yes, I'll do a draw.
Keep 2 copies, one in a freezer.
Keep
so
buying.
your house burns down. And one in a safe, and tell your wife where it is.
So pick 3 names.
Okay, we're going to give away some Zenoshi tokens now. Thank you, Neil.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was very good. Thank you.
Thank you for your weird journey through golf, coaching, selling your body, and all that other stuff. And then we get to the end of the thing, which my man over here is looking at going, I still don't like it, and I can't blame him, right? So one thing is, I got to tell you again and again, I'm not going to stop since 88 weeks. Some people like that kind of thing, and some people don't, and there's always salt and pepper on that. So if you like it, let us know. If you don't. Okay? Jay, Vilena, that's you. You're the winner. Come on up.
No, he already won. So
You already won?
You already got one.
Okay, he already won. Paul Litton over in the corner there. He's the lucky winner right there.
All right.
So right on the back, how many he's going to get?
300.
Just put it on the back of the
These
pen
are all
so you don't
300s.
forget. Yeah, just put them on the back. All right. We're drawing right now for Zenoshi bonus tokens right now.
Another
Who is
300.
Erica? Erica, you here? Woo! All right. Erica won as well. Put that down.
And now, none of these people can win. So now we're going to do one more.
Okay, one more.
One more for the 300.
You guys
and then
can't
we're
see
gonna
this,
do the
but I'm
big
doing
one.
this draw.
Okay?
So it's one more big one. Here we go. Okay,
One
eyes
more
closed.
and then a big one.
All right, here we go. Who is this? Darcy Whitten! Woo! Guy with the nice hair.
All right.
1,500?
No, this is the 300 still. And now we're going to do the $1,500.
Oh, okay, now it's
Deal or no deal?
just 300, buddy. Go back to sleep. Keep napping. Keep napping, Darce. Keep napping. All right, here we go.
Take the money and run, Darcy.
There we go. It is Patrick Rafferty. That's you. There we go. Big winner, 1,500. There we go. Big money, big money.
So one thing I want to make sure, guys, is that your email addresses are clear. Because if it's not clear, I'm not going to be able to do it. Okay? Because we're going to send you a wallet. You're going to download the wallet. We're going to transfer the money.
That's a good idea.
No, I can't. Right on the back.
James,
I can't read
you just wrote
Erica and great writing. Love it. I can read
My writing legible over there?
And who's Jay? Okay, so
Jay's over there.
J-I-L-L.
Patrick.
James Raptors. Yeah.
Straight first. All the new peeps always do cartoon. Let's see if I have some coins in here. Usually I have some crypto coins to give away. Oh, okay. I don't know if I loaded with anything. Let's see if I have some. Hold on,
Okay, tell me something this. I hope.
Coaching and all that stuff. Ask questions.
Thank you. I'm a big winner, you know.
Unknown.
Wow, what a night. It's been awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming down. It has been an exciting May 30th. Bitcoin Workshops number 88, and the house is unleashed. Broadcast. All recorded. There's 4 microphones in there. There's 4 inside the heads. Come check it out. So the whole podcast. I know it's amazing. It's all natural. It's all fun. There was hardly any swears today. Everyone's in their phones tipping over.
It looks like a great app.
Oh, thank you.
So what do you guys?
Do you remember the name Oscar? Golfing today? I'd like to be your caddy if you're ready. So the $300 I got now, what will you with that?
Just calm down. I fucking don't care. On to the next one. Listen, you're naughty. You believe. They don't want to hear golf. For sure. Then say that. Say that. 2/3 of the meeting still be here. Daniel disagrees with
What my thing is, everybody happens at every session. Somebody, everybody's going to hear this. So if I already had that book, I could decipher all that. It's kind of crazy. But everybody does it. But you're not trying to hear somebody else.
for that. Because it's all natural. What they saw up here was display invert verbal there. Read here and then display ambient verbal there. They only practice all
There's a lot of it. But they're very nice. Everything's gone. Can't even see out there.
My friend here Good. You're always on. This guy is he's fucking on it. You guys are good. Amazing, actually. Say hi. Hello. Like I was live. Say hi, everybody. Hi. Let's keep going. Look at these guys.
You share with over 7,200 people now on Twitter.
It's the guy with the good-looking hair. He won tonight. The guy with the great presentation. Your presentation was the best one tonight.
Oh, thank you.
I give awards for presentations, so I'm going to buy you lunch. Your favorite food there. That,
I need
that
to talk to you
Filipino
about
shit that's up in 17th Ave there. I'm going to take you for lunch.
I need to talk to you about the deal thing anyway.
No, we'll take you up there.
Yeah.
You win for the best presentation. Though.
Thank
Even
you.
Jay over there, he's a seasoned presenter. He goes right across Canada presenting cannabis. Fucking love your stuff. I saw him nodding. I saw him smiling. All that stuff. And I saw Neil put people to sleep over here too. So I already gave him shit behind the curtain.
Yeah, you can't go too long.
See? Right here, this man right here, Kevin, this girl right here, Chelsea. Chelsea has the same kind of time as you, okay? So you should teach her how to get all the free coins that you get.
That's what he's doing right now.
Absolutely. Because she will become incredibly wealthy like you with all that accumulation. And it really doesn't cost a lot, but a little bit of time, does it? Yep. Keep learning from him. Hey, we're live on Facebook.
Oh no.
How's it going?
You picked the worst person for this? I
How's it
hate
going?
this stuff. I'm good. How are you?
Nice talking to the hands. Talk to the hands.
I know. I hate that.
Anyway, just want to tell you, make sure that, take care of everybody in there before they take off.
Yeah, of course.
You know how to do it. Brandy, what's up? I see you. I see you online, girl. All right, we're going low battery mode. We're waving at Brandy right now. We've got all the reminders coming up. It's been an amazing night. Could I get one more of my fave, please? One more of those? Yeah. Whoa! Tonight's been different. We've been kind of filming all the stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Post that everywhere. Telegram. Send that to fucking Jeremy.
So what's spending money?
Shitbag. Okay, good night, everybody. See ya. Finish. Press the